Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali, a spiritual consultant and real estate businessman. For remember, those of you that are having spiritual problems, you can feel free to contact me. Those of you who have properties to sell or looking for a property to buy, you can also contact me. And those of you who lend your friend and your family your hard-earned cash and you cannot get it back, feel free to contact Real Talk, that collection department. Now you can contact us at 339-1670 or 238-6716. I want to say a special good evening to those of you that are on our page, Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Like and share as we go live. Those of you on YouTube, subscribe, hit the bell, and you would know when we go live. You can also share the link. So viewers, as we start off tonight, it's a Mashup Monday. Feel free to call in our studio. Give us a call at 238-6716. Voice your concerns, voice your opinion. The election is just about a week and some days are back. Let's hear what you have to say. There are works being done throughout Trinidad and Tobago in different communities. Some of you are saying only on election time. Only on election time that they see their councillor or the MP or something is being done in the area. Feel free to call in 238-6716. Let us know what is taking place in your area. Remember viewers, call your friends, call your family, tell them Real Talk with Saieed Ali is going live now. So tune in. Now, I do want to thank you again for making us the third most best newscast in Trinidad and Tobago. It's a pleasure to come third among two big giants in Trinidad and Tobago, a small fry like me. But nevertheless, hopefully by next year or the end of the year, we might be ranking second. It's not about the money. It's not about the money. It's about the grace of God. Always remember that. So viewers, we are here tonight. We are bringing you the updates that happened over the weekend, today. And feel free to call in 238-6716 because your voice is important. Come general election on the 10th of August, the tip of your finger is important. So let's hear what you have to say. As we start off tonight, virus not raging, according to the Minister of Health. So listen this. Minister of Health Saieed Ali has cautioned the media in the terms used to describe the recent sudden increase in positive COVID-19 cases. He was speaking at today's media conference earlier. He stated, the virus is not raging in Trinidad and Tobago. There is a difference between a raging virus and the case at hand. As a leader, we have to be careful on how we explain what is happening now.
I would just like to rephrase what you just said. The virus is not raging in Trinidad and Tobago. And that is the type of language that the population then holds on to. There's a big difference between a raging virus and the number of cases that we are seeing. So as exemplars and as opinion leaders in society, I think we have to be very, very careful in how we term what is happening now. There is no raging increase in the number of cases, and I'm sure the CMO and Dr. Hines will agree with that.
So viewers, last week Sunday, there was one figure. Today is Monday, and the figure have jumped from last week Sunday to this week to 182. We have had a growth in COVID-19 in Trinidad and Tobago. The Alsing also makes an appeal to COVID-19 positive cases to reveal all essential information to contact tracers to prevent additional spread of the virus and guarantees information confidentiality. So we had a big jump, a massive jump with positive case this week. Just imagine that. So if the virus is not raging, how do we call it? How do we call it? Somebody could call me and tell me how many cases from last week Sunday to this Sunday to this Monday night. Before you all say I am making up things, I want somebody in the public domain to call and tell Trinidad and Tobago and the viewers outside of Trinidad and Tobago how many cases of positive COVID-19 that sprung up just so. Somebody call in. Because the ministers or somebody in authority might say, oh, Saieed making up thing. Somebody call in and inform the population. So as we move on tonight, as of 10 a.m. today, the total numbers of COVID-19 stood at 182. The figure was revealed by Chief Medical Officer Dr. Roshan Parashram at today's media conference. He said contact tracing has already begun for one of these cases.
The number of cases that are now positive are 182. We would have gotten our last 2 cases yesterday. Just before 6 p.m. we would have put it out in the 6 p.m. update. There was one case that was definitely linked to one of the other contacts. And the second case, there was little information on the actual form. So we have begun the tracing for that individual. And of course, that person, both persons would have been sent to the hospital, Cora Hospital.
Chief Medical Officer says, in the next few days, some patient will be moved to the step-down facility where they will be awaiting discharge papers.
The CPL so far yesterday, we have gotten 102 persons. They are all at the Hilton Hotel. The swabbing is in process. I'm happy to say that all 39 individuals are clinically doing very well. The person that was on HDU, as I said a few days ago, was brought down back to a ward setting and is doing well as well. So we are looking at maybe later on in the week to possibly decant, as we have done in the past, a lot of those individuals to step-down facilities so that we await their discharge criteria. And once their discharge criteria are met, they can be discharged home. But it will allow us to free up some space in the secondary and tertiary care facilities in the event that we do have additional cases.
Caller, good night.
Hi, Sai, good night.
Go right ahead.
Sai, the program is number 1.
Thank you, my friend.
Yeah. You can remember this administration was boasting that they're number 1 with the handling the COVID and the college in England, read them up Oxford and all kind of different things, and then nearly for like a whole month we had no cases at all, and then all of a sudden outside we have a set of cases now.
Boom!
Eh?
Yeah.
What is going on with this administration? Sai, but I have an idea. If you'll permit me, right? Here's my idea. Come election day, the day for election, you go to the polling station, you do the normal procedures, go to the relevant people who you interact with in the police station, and after you cast your vote on exiting the police station, somebody from the Ministry of Health will be there. It's not mandatory, not mandatory, but somebody from the Ministry of Health will be there to give you a swab in terms of testing you for COVID. Understand? You have your information already, because once you volunteer to do the testing, obviously they will get the information from the polling agent. That's my idea. I mean, I think about it that way to more or less get a bigger hand on
of what is taking place in the community.
Yeah.
I understand. Thank you, caller. I do apologize for cutting, but thank you, caller. That is, watchman, that's the best idea I've heard so far. So listen to this now. We're talking about CPL now. A Jamaican cricketer who was due to play in the 2020 Caribbean Premier League has tested positive for COVID-19, it is alleged. According to a report in the Jamaican Observer, the player was among a group of cricketers who have been trained under the supervision of Jamaican Scorpions head coach Andre Colley. The cricketer had been drafted a presentation, one of CPL franchise outside of Jamaica, and will now miss the competition. 2 players who might have been exposed have also since withdrew from the Jamaica Talawa squads that was set to leave today for Trinidad. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Roshan Parashram said 67 players are expected to arrive in this country tonight.
The CPL so far yesterday we have gotten 102 persons. They are all at the Hilton Hotel. The swabbing is in process, being led by members of the medical team, and that should be completed I think later today. We expect 67 additional persons to come in on a flight later today to join that group. All of them are in strict quarantine at the Hilton Hotel at this time.
So now viewers, since they have withdrew and one is positive, COVID-19 in Trinidad and Tobago is on the rise. When they brought them in on the boat, the cruise ship, and carried them by Landra, the reason for it not spreading is because everybody came in. They were housing them in different units. They were housing them. And we did not have any for a while. But now, we are not having imported case. We are having cases surfacing up right here in Trinidad. Right here in Trinidad. So it's not imported again. Caller, good night.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Ali.
Go right ahead.
I agree with the caller that just spoke a while ago.
Yes.
Why everybody is appraising Mr. Diyal Singh, I don't know, because Mr. Diyal Singh not doing anything. Everything is being done with PHO.
Yes.
And what the WHO is telling him. He's
Yes.
not doing anything. He's just a waste to the country. I don't know what he said he's doing. He never did anything for the past 3 or 4 months. What he wants to do now. You don't see all the cases we're getting day after day.
Thank you,
So
caller.
I don't know what he's saying. Thank you for what he did for.
I have no idea
Okay.
who he's thanking and why are we thanking him, because right through the world they are following WHO and PAHO. So there's no big thing to praise about. You want to know why it's real COVID-19 and how to deal with it? You see now what we are going through? This is the real COVID-19. This is what we want to see, how they are dealing with it. Not bringing in people and quarantine them. This is the real thing now. And I want to see the performance. This is the real thing. This is how you will be judged. By the real thing. So viewers, before we go for a break, Chief Medical Officer Dr. Roshan Parashram said there are no new deaths as a result of COVID-19. He made a statement in response to a question from a media earlier. Dr. Parashram said persons who have died outside the hospital settings would be swabbed for testing.
There has been no death linked to COVID-19 in Trinidad. Just to go a step further, last week I confirmed with the Director of Forensic Sciences Center that they continue to swab all of their out-of-hospital deaths. So those would have been sent all along to the Trinidad Public Health Agency and onward to Caribbean Public Health Agency for testing, and that continues. So that has never stopped. So we're just keeping an eye on the deaths, particularly that are occurring outside of the hospital setting, in addition to those in hospital, to make sure there are no deaths that are occurring, especially in the population outside the hospitals, that are linked, and those are usually red flags that give us some idea of spread in the population.
So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but stay locked on. I am Saieed Ali, and this is Real Talk.
Come down to Martha Imports Limited, one of the largest wholesalers and retailers for all your 4x4, SUV and car accessories. We also have in stock a large variety of rims to suit all your vehicular needs, new arrivals of 4x4 off-road accessories, and we are the sole distributor of TWI 4x4 accessories. Check us out at number 3 Hassan Ali Trace, South Lower Barrackport, or contact us at 654-5234, 289-4901, 271-3519 or 360-8773. We guarantee the best customer service, best deals, and definitely the best wheels. Martha Imports Limited. We put our customers first. Come down to Martha Imports Limited, one of the largest wholesalers and retailers.
So viewers, welcome back to Real Talk. We have a call on the line. Caller, good night.
Good night.
Go right ahead.
Mr. Saeed.
Yes?
Calling you from Sandy Grande.
Uh-huh.
On Saturday, I went to Auto Pass from Sandy Grande. Now I have my bill, I have my proof.
Caller, you need to mute your television. I do have...
Yes.
Right, go. We are hearing you better.
Yeah, so I purchased a primer pump and I took it to my mechanic because the primer pump was giving me a problem in my Tiaba. Now, obviously, we have to open the box to get the primer pump out.
Mm-hmm.
The gentleman opened the box and he take it out. When he take out my primer pump, he said, "Boss, understand and go. This listen a valve. You don't want to have a valve. This new pump don't have a valve." I took it back to the part place. Because the gentleman hold it with his hand, had diesel in it, they say they cannot change it. The box open and it's smelling diesel. And I have my bill and the name of the part which is Jutram Auto Supply in Sandy Grande.
All right, caller, I understand what you're saying there. I want you to understand, the viewers, that that was the caller that made the statement and it didn't come from us. He went through an ordeal and he was just highlighting it. So viewers, I am getting the ministry updates from last week Sunday to this Sunday, and you all will see the spike in COVID-19 in Trinidad and Tobago. And I want to hear what you have to say concerning the growth, the massive growth of COVID-19 in Trinidad and Tobago. And I have a story here from a facility that an individual is staying. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night.
Go right ahead.
I just have two incidences where I heard already that people have they state to have the COVID, they've been quarantined home, and up to now they haven't been tested. Similar to the guy who the other day had to travel himself to get tested. So these people are all the place, traveling on their own with no assistance from the government, but yet still the government tooting their horn that they have it under control. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, my friend. So listen this. I will put up the two slides from last week Sunday to yesterday, and all over see the growth. But listen this. Real Talk spoke with a patient from Ward 10, quarantine at the Quora facility. Listen this, you know. Put on the volume in all the television. We understand that there are 16 male adults on this ward. However, there are only 2 toilets and bathrooms, with a single toilet and bath on the opposite side. 4 days after the patient entered the facility, the toilet and the bathroom were not cleaned. Listen to me carefully. Listen to me carefully. Only after concerns were raised, only after the individual raised concerns, they did some cleaning. It is alleged that there is one bin on the entire ward for all the patients to use. Real Talk also understand that nurses are understaffed at the Quora facility. It is alleged that most times there is only one nurse tending. Let's imagine. You have 16 male patients, and we have one nurse attending to these patients. The routine for the nurse is to check the patient's vital symptoms: blood sugar, blood pressure, and temperature, which is done 3 times daily. It is alleged that the only medication being administered to the patient over the age of 40 is Silax. That's the name of it there, right? Clexine. Okay. Clexine, a drug used to thin your blood. younger patient are not given any medication whatsoever. This is coming from an individual who is at Cora presently. Presently, when doctors enter the nursing station, he or she would shout out question. So listen this. Do you have any symptoms? Like fever or coughing? Then the patient, who are not all in the views of the doctor, would then respond to the doctor by shouting back that they have a symptom, or if they have a symptom, yes doctor, feeling sick. I don't want on the beginning. In the middle now, doctor, coughing. That is how all have seen about patients. And over $150 million US was given to Trinidad and Tobago to fight COVID-19. Eh? All they want to come on media platform and talk about we have this and we give them that and this amount control. Boy, let me tell you something. It's a different story. All they're saying on the media platform to what is coming out from the patient's mouth. A total different story. And tonight we're getting it live. Now listen this. We understand that only the nurse are in direct communication with the patient. So what happened to the doctor? What happened to the doctor going to the facility? The doctor not qualified? The nurse who's seen about them more qualified than the doctor? Eh? Hear this now. Did I say hear the goody part now? Listen. The nurses then report all the information to the doctor. It is therefore based on the nurse discretion that the doctor would make a final decision on the patient's health. So the doctor is seeing the patient. Anybody have fever? Or are they coughing? Yes, doctor, coughing. That's how we're operating. That's how we're fighting COVID-19. That's why when you hear somebody say they get bhaji and bread, don't doubt them. Don't doubt them. You want to know where I get bhaji and bread from it? You want to know where I get bhaji and bread from? All you think that bad? Real talk further understand that there is poor arrangement at the facility where with meals, there are diabetic persons on the ward who get their meals late. 2 o'clock in the evening they get in lunch and they are diabetic. There's a diabetic person. And everybody's safe and nice. We're treating them good. They don't have to worry about nothing. But hear this. Hear this. A man get a fan inside it. And hear what I tell him. Hear what I tell him. They tell the individuals that the clothes you're wearing, if I put on this today, I have to throw it in the rubbish can. Because this contaminated with COVID-19. So if you say 14 days, that is 14 pants, 14 toothbrush, 14 bottle of water, 14 jockey shorts, 14 short pants, and 14 towel. So hear this now. A man family carry a fan for him. You know what I tell him? They can't carry the fan home. The fan COVID-19 positive. And the minister want to come and hold media briefing. And we have this amount tested, and this amount in this facility, and that amount in that facility. Stop playing mad. Stop playing mad. All I finished with the slides from last week Sunday to now. Put up the slide. This was the slide Minister released for last week Sunday. You can show them the date? The date there for last week Sunday? Good. July 25th, 26th, somewhere around there. Put up the slide. Look at it, 147. Put up the slide for yesterday being Sunday. Let's see the growth. Or let's see the growth. Watch at it. August 2nd. How much it is? 182. So if the minister ain't find that region, well, I don't know what region. Unless he was region bull. You know when they're going them, oh God, derbies and thing. You see them man and them fighting them region bull and thing, and they had the breaks. How much cases is that? Almost 40 cases. All they want to tell me, we sitting down in Trinidad while this thing out of control, and all only ball community spread, oh God, not community spread. Something testing, community testing, this testing, that testing, and in 1 week we almost get 40 cases. But all you can't play wrong me, you know. All you can't study no other country, study Trinidad and Tobago. And the next thing, it a mosquito in the ward. All the patients complaining about mosquito. You're going in positive with COVID-19 and you might get dengue inside it. And when you pass, you see truck, you see tank, you see all kind of things pack up to sanitize the place. And this is what patients complaining with. So if you come out of COVID-19, say thank God. But then go by a doctor and see if you get dengue. That's our next virus. All you want to come pretty up in all a nice shirt and all a nice ties. And want to mama guy, all you can mama guy Saieed Ali. All you cannot mama guy Saieed Ali. All you want to hear next bacchanal? Listen this. CAF Development Bank of Latin America has signed 2 loans with Trinidad and Tobago. The first value in 100 million US and the second value 50 million US. The first loan of $100 million US will give financial support to the government, economic program and financial emergencies created by COVID-19. That was the first $100,000 US they get. The second loan of 50 million US will assist in the reinforcing of the health system in response to the crisis caused by COVID-19 and the approval of the investment aimed to reduce the risk of pandemic in the health sector for the population. So how much is that? 150 million US dollars. How much they spend? Multiply 150 million US dollars. Let's just say 1.32 or 1.15 because the prices fluctuate. See how much all they get. If you ain't cross $1 billion, you ain't far. How much they spend? 282 to 284 million dollars thus far. That was supposed to better the health system in Trinidad and Tobago. It was supposed to better the economic programs and financial emergencies. Nearly $1 billion, and people still complaining. They may get salary grant or they may get rental assistance. Where the rest of the bloody hell money gone? This is about the first March, April, May, June, July, August. 6 months. Now, the real spike in COVID-19 is now starting. So where the rest of money going? When they bring in the first set, I think it's 62 or 69 in the cruise ship, and they carry them Balandra. Not too long after, they started shut down in phases. They started shut down Trinidad in phases. It's mash up Monday, already for all year. Almost 40 cases in a week. And they're contemplating about SCA. But we understand that school will be open after the 30th of September. That is a wise decision. Because I telling you, I ain't sending my children to school. I will get a tutor to come home and teach them. Imagine, not too long ago, we buy books for our children. Them ain't do quarter. They ain't do quarter of the books. Some spend 1,500, some spend 2,000, some spend over that in books. And you know what? Thursday or Friday last week, I went to collect booklets. Booklets again. And then I finish half of the set of books they buy not too long ago. On top of that now, stay-at-home policy for 3 to 4 months. Nobody get paid. So out of close to $1 billion TT dollars, 284, my mistake, 282 to $284 million spent according to Camille. Where the rest of the money gone? Where the rest of the money gone? If nobody wants to talk about it and people are afraid to talk about it because they go, guys, shut up, I'm opening my mouth. Because somebody needs to do it in Trinidad. Almost $1 billion in, let's say, 4 months. Let's say 4 months. It was given for government, supported the government, economic programs, and financial emergencies created by COVID-19. But I said the other day, we had to pay for we own COVID-19. When they come into Trinidad, we had to pay for our expense to be quarantined. So I want to ask the health minister, where the hell $150 million US gone? I want to ask them that on national public. Now all of us want to know why I get to know like this on my show? Because it's the reality of facts that we're dealing with. So tomorrow morning, if they're keeping media briefing, explain to the public where $150 million US went. Explain to the public. And let me see the shuttle you're coming with. Because I'm putting on a jersey with long sleeve tomorrow night. Caller, good night.
Good night, Saieed. Congratulations.
Thank you, my friend.
And all cylinder tonight, man. Hit them the way it is.
But caller, is the facts we're talking about?
Yes, it is facts. It is nothing. It is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. You know, so much money spent when we did not have COVID, what they call imported. They spent so much of billions of dollars. Now when COVID really and truly come in, where the money is going to come from? Now there was about 500 and something deaths, if you recall before, where people died with flu-like symptoms. And till now, they cannot say, and those deaths was related to COVID, and this government is hiding and hiding the fact. But you see, God is great, and Saieed, you is a spiritual man. You would know God is great. You know, the old people used to say, what you could see in sunlight, you don't need a flambeau to look at it in the night. And you have done that. You have demonstrated that very beautiful tonight. This government has been deceitful to the population. And may I remind you very, very respectfully, sir, this government the government online, and when the opposition asked him, give us the letter that the Commonwealth said that they cannot afford to come. He said he is not giving no letter, and people must accept because he is the Prime Minister. They must accept what he says is true. Sir, did you talk truth when you bring up the email here? Did you speak truth when you said you did not know who Delcy was bringing? Did you speak truth when you said Pepperton was not closing? I can't see what this regime and the Prime Minister speak that is true. And tonight it is well said, sir. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. All I had a picture with the bird column and the next guy? They have it? The picture that I tell you to download. You have it? Next? You see that picture? That is Colin Membert, Minister of Finance. And we have this man is a real funny name, boy. Leo Cheney. He's a CAF representative in the country, signed off on this loan at the Eric William Financial Building. This took place, I believe, in June. All I feel is joke. All I feel is joke. Let me tell you something. You think reaching number 3 in the best news forecast lineup in Trinidad and Tobago is an easy task? If I had quarter of the money the next 2 giants have, believe me, I'd be rated number 1 in Trinidad and Tobago. So now, how much are you willing to support Real Talk? Because coming third in the best news lineup is a big thing for Trinidad and Tobago, you know. It's a big thing for Real Talk with Saieed Ali, you know. Because I'm competing against 2 giants. And from 6 to 8, you know what happened? Well, oh God, who's the name of the show again? Ian is before me. From 6 to 8, Ian Allen and Crime Watch, together with Real Talk with Saieed Ali, we rank in second. The most viewed in Trinidad and Tobago from 6 to 8. Well, let's talk now. That is one spot again, second position. Coming in category 2, news lineup. I come the third. The third most best viewed news lineup in Trinidad and Tobago. Real Talk with Saieed Ali, we make it. So when I'm competing against two big giants, and I'm competing with people who rolling in billions to come number 1 in the news forecast in Trinidad and Tobago and make it third, thank God. Thank God, because I'm fighting at 2 billionaires. May even reach the million stage, but I come third. How do they call that? Hard work. And I reap the benefit of coming third. So if I ask all for support now, who willing to support Real Talk? If we got a little support, it's number 1, you know. And no other station don't cut it like me. Call her good night.
Good night.
Go right ahead.
You don't worry. Reach the other one. And I telling you, you are the best because you give people a platform to voice. You hear, you are a voice in this country where people are taken advantage of by this government. Rowling, disrespectful. Imagine Sunday morning, the male woman comes to drop polling card. What happened to them, and my standard? Why they don't go and drop off the polling card? Why the post people and drop off people income tax returns for them? And so money they're borrowing. They can them diminish office. Or even they come back because you never know in this country the people. Rowling would not have enough. They will, if all of us, they might take time, the whole country and everybody to repay the tax that these people taken out here. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. So here it is now. Korea has donated $100,000 and PPE to the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago in the aid of battling COVID-19. This includes face shield, PPE suits, and hand sanitizer. Ambassador for the Republic of Korea, Moonop Song, has said he hopes that this donation will help contribute to the overcoming of some of the challenges caused by COVID-19 and will be a strong testimony of our long-standing friendship between the two countries. Now listen this, not too long ago, we heard that 500,000 masks was distributed. 500,000 masks was distributed. How many of us in Trinidad and Tobago receive a mask from the government? How many? How many? I want to hear next Bacchanal story. It's Mashup Monday, a prep for you tonight. It's Real Talk with Saieed Ali. We come third, but we're fighting for second. We're going to settle with second, if not first. Listen to this. President General of the Oilfield Workers and Trade Union, Ansel Roger, is not happy with the slow pace in which government is dealing with the sale of Petrotrin. He held a media conference earlier today to address the issue. The union won the bid for the sale of the refinery under Patriotic Energies and Technologies Company Limited. However, to date, this deal has not been signed. Listen to what Roger had to say, and then we will have a discussion. Listen to why he is interested. Listen to this.
But there's a disconnect, a major disconnect with the announcement that the Prime Minister makes and what the team does at the table. So while he says that in Santa Flora that we are close to closing and the union only have to sign, his team is with perhaps a different agenda. That is the only way we can summarize that. The agenda does not square with what the Prime Minister's statement continues to be. But I want to point out one of our observations. The financial advisor to that team is a person who was a part of the closure of Petrotrin.
Roger said that the closure of Petrotrin has severely impacted on the lives of former workers.
The closure of Petrotrin devastated the lives of many thousands of our citizens and damaged our economy. And to date, the majority, the vast majority of those workers and citizens are still in a state of peril. We have had citizens encountering the seizure of their properties and their houses and so on, the foreclosure on bank loans, the seizure of their vehicles. We have had suicides in more than one cases.
Now listen to this. He admits that there were some issues that needed to be resolved.
And when we met here in the press briefing, press update, on the Thursday, the 23rd of July, you would recall me saying to you that we had a meeting that was scheduled to start at 11 o'clock in Port of Spain. And at that meeting, we urged those with whom we are interacting to extend the hand of cooperation in the country's interests. And that we just had some issues, some 6 outstanding issues that they are about to close. And it's expected that we would do just that, we would resolve those issues.
So that was Mr. Roger Day, President General of the Workers' Trade Union. Now I want you all to listen carefully and up close to what he have to say now.
Of the Point-A-Pierre refinery and the port by the OWTO's company, Patriotic Energies and Technology Services Company Limited. Let me first start by saying that the reason that we are so deeply involved in this process, it is in response to a major decision taken by the government to close Petrotrin and send all the workers home. I think that point must never be lost on anybody at any time when we give an update or when anybody speak about Petrotrin. That Petrotrin closing was not only that Petrotrin closed its doors, but it had the impact of devastating the lives of, in the first instance, some 4,000 workers.
So now you know why Mr. Ansel Rocher is forward in getting the sale of the refinery up and running. Because it was closed down by the present administration, and because of 4,000 workers went home, he is interested in getting the sale of the refinery up and running. He's interested in getting the refinery up and running back. How you call that? That is news to your ears. That is what you call real talk. When I feel like coming here, and I come in to make friends, and I come in to be the #1 show. I am the current #1 current affairs program presently, but I come in with facts. I come in to show all you. I come in to teach all you. I come in to educate all you about all your country that we live in, that we call it a paradise, and we also call sweet tea and tea Trinidad and Tobago. It's facts I come in with to open all your eyes that close, to dig out the wax from all your ears, for you to hear what's taking place in sweet tea and tea. Why think they can't fight me down? Why think they can't fight me down? Because there's real talk and real facts and real issues are bringing to the forefront. And who I like it, just stand by the wayside. Because if you stand up in front of me while I'm moving forward, you might get licked down. You might get licked down. And don't blame me. You know when they say a raging bull coming, you go stand up anyway to get licked down? No. You go step aside like pass. But when I come in, step aside. Caller, good night.
Hi, good night, Mr. Guy.
Go right ahead.
Caller from Lavender. First time I saw Heinz in here was this Saturday gone there. And they just threw a little bit of dirt on the road for we little niggas to drive. But anyway, what I call about? They're saying that this COVID not reason. You see that job, Saeed? You see that job? I just want to say, people must like that nigga, but oh God, so fucking
my dear, there are other words and other terms you could use. Please. I don't reach third with the newscast already. Please don't say them kind of thing. It have all different race and religion in Trinidad. All the time I mashing up. I busting the stone with the hammer. And you never hear me being racial. Please, let we don't go down that road. Let we don't go down that road. I just kick against them thing. Let we go down that road. So viewers, we are going for a small commercial break. I just have an ad to run. But Real Talk with Saieed Ali will be right back after this.
Come down to Martha Imports Limited, one of the largest wholesalers and retailers for all your 4x4, SUV and car accessories. We also have in stock a large variety of rims to suit all your vehicular needs, new arrivals of 4x4 off-road accessories, and we are the sole distributor of TWI 4x4 accessories. Check us out at number 3 Hassan Ali Trace, South Lower Barrapore, or contact us at 654-5234, 289-4901, 271-3519 or 360-8773. We guarantee the best customer service, best deals and definitely the best wheels. Martha Imports Limited. We put our customers first. Come down to Martha Imports Limited, one of the largest wholesalers and retailers.
So welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. So here it is. Fire. It's mash up Monday, you know. And I'm only mashing up all with facts, you know. Like the caller said, you see at the big leap, you all saw the big leap. There's like a frog. You're staying from here. And I'm jumping all the way down there. Where that come from? The borders closed. The bloody hell borders closed, so where it come from? Listen this. The TTPS has detained 9 Venezuelan nationals for illegal entry into Trinidad. They say they have received an anonymous call in Santa Flora police station saying that Venezuelan migrants were seen coming off a boat at Pal Seco Beach. Upon arrival, officers observed 9 Venezuelans comprising of 2 adults, 4 teenagers, and 3 small children coming off a small wooden boat. The driver of the boat escaped on seeing the officers. All 9 persons were detained and taken to the police station, then transferred to the Siparia Health Facility for COVID-19 testing. All you feel is joke. We're spending money like that on testing. However, in an article dated May 10, 2019, the Minister of National Security, Stuart Young, stated that a lockdown of Trinidad and Tobago borders were the reason why there is no signs of activity on the Western Peninsula. How much hundreds come in? How many hundreds come in? The borders closed. Nobody are coming in. Nobody are going out. But we have a massive jump from last week Sunday to this Sunday. Almost 40 cases confirmed positive. It's not raging. It's not raging. It's jumping from one person to the next person to the other person. I want to hear what the minister have to say tomorrow now. Because you know what? Every time I talk about a mash-up story on a mash-up Monday, I just hear them the next day. So I'm waiting to hear what they had to say. So switching gears a bit. A 34-year-old laborer will appear in court for sexually penetrating a 15-year-old girl. On August 3rd, a statement was issued in which the laborer stated that he was from Morvan, but currently lived in Tobago. The man was arrested after investigation was done by the police officer surrounding the alleged assault of a 15-year-old girl, who told officers of an assault on November 16, 2019. The suspect will appear before a Scarborough magistrate to answer 4 counts of sexual penetration of a child. Mothers, please be aware of what your underage daughter is doing. And if they are playing man and woman for you under the age of 18, there is a place for them. I am saying it bold and I am saying it brave. If they are under the age of 18 and they are given problems, there is a place for them where they can go to learn. Not the easy way like patting and shoulder, you know. But the hard way, if they find life too comfortable under the mother roof or their father roof, there is a place. Believe me, there is a place. So I think Trinidad and Tobago is a nice place still? Tell me. So listen this. According to Stuart Young, back in 2019, a lockdown of the borders, Trinidad and Tobago borders, were the reason why there were no signs of activity on the Western Peninsula. He says the port remained completely functional and customs and Coast Guard officials are all on duty. This was in 2019. How many illegal Venezuelan immigrants are there in Trinidad and Tobago? Not too long ago, the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago was labeling the opposition leader for the influx of illegal immigrants into Trinidad and Tobago. So where are we going from here now? So we have a new normal. We have a rise of COVID-19. 150 million US was given to Trinidad and Tobago to deal with COVID-19. According to Ms. Camille, $282 to $284 million have spent thus far. Where is the rest of the money? All I want facts. You all saw it from the beginning of the show. So where is the $150 million went? Oh, let's just see. 50 million US. 6530. Let's just say 6530. That's 300 million. 50 million US. Yes. 6 to 1, we check in 6530. 300 million. 282 to 84 million. Correct? Good. Good. We still have 100 million US. Where it gone? Where it gone? All I want to step back canal, give account for 100 million US dollars. Talk now, na. Talk now, na. Let's talk now. People complaining, they're calling into Real Talk. Saieed, we are getting no rental assistant. Saieed, we ain't get salary grant. And we have 100 million US to give account for. Where did that go? I tell you that transparency is something I love, you know. Because I have nothing to hide, you know. Nothing. Why think I could come on TV and gallivant like this? Eh? Why you think I could come and bust the facts? I'll talk now. No wonder why we are the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad. Because everybody have to afraid somebody to talk. This month they afraid nobody. Nobody. Because I ain't nobody back pocket. I in God pocket. So viewers, we are almost out of time for tonight. But nevertheless, I do thank God for the 3rd position in one of the best newscast lineup from 7 to 8 p.m. Yeah. I was proud when the general manager for Synergy called me and said that. I was proud. We did well. 17 hours a day hard work, it pays off. It pays off. So viewers, I will try to get the rerun for 11 a.m. Many people have been calling me and saying, aside, we are not seeing your rerun. But I will try to get it at a permanent time for you all. So who didn't catch it live will see the rerun. Viewers, be safe. Until we meet again, it's been a pleasure coming to you on a Monday night and revealing the facts to you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, that I have not heard anyone talking about and having a discussion about. So hence the reason why we made it to the first tree. With more resources, I am sure we could go further. So viewers, illa anta rahamasuru ula illa ilama arama. All you need to know is the facts of what's going on in your country, and you will know what to do next. Until we meet again, ilahama turba. Good night and be safe.